Welcome to day 35 of our Lent readings for 2025 as we continue to look at the Psalms and as we begin our final week of readings for this year. And we're going to start this week with Psalm 137. By the rivers of Babylon we sat and wept when we remembered Zion. There on the poplars we hung our harps, for there our captors asked us for songs. Our tormentors demanded songs of joy. They said, "Sing us one of the songs of Zion." How can we sing the songs of the Lord while in a foreign land? If I forget you, Jerusalem, may my right hand forget its skill. May my tongue cling to the roof of my mouth if I do not remember you, if I do not consider Jerusalem my highest joy. Remember, Lord, what the Edomites did on the day of Jerusalem's fall. "Tear it down," they cried, "tear it down to its foundations." Daughter Babylon, doomed to destruction, happy is the one who repays you, according to what you've done to us. Happy is the one who seizes your infants and dashes them against the rocks. If you are a similar age to me and grew up in the UK, this psalm will probably bring to mind the band Boney M with their 1978 hit By the Rivers of Babylon, which is still in the top 10 best-selling singles in the UK ever. You might also notice they didn't include the last line of this psalm in the lyric. It's a difficult verse to read, dealing with the death of children, but it would be wrong to just stop the verse before and miss it out in today's reading. The context of the psalm is a lament by those who are exiled in Babylon. They're responding to the taunts of their captors and are recalling the brutal way that they've been treated. Their response is to hope the enemy experiences the same traumatic brutality that they had experienced. Remember, this is still under Old Testament law rather than New Testament grace, where the rule is still an eye for an eye rather than pray for your enemies. After many warnings through the prophets to Israel about rejecting the Lord, the Babylonians had invaded the land, brutally conquered Jerusalem, and carried away many of the Israelites into exile in Babylon. This psalm tells how they would look back from Babylon and weep. Their tormentors would ask them to sing the songs of home, but they couldn't. It just didn't feel right. Back in Jerusalem, the Lord was God. Everyone knew it. God's people were in charge. The laws were set by the 10 Commandments. Social events revolved around the temple. The calendar was set by the temple festivals. The stories were of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, David. But now they're in Babylon, a strange land, a pagan society where people followed other gods. The Lord's people had no power, no authority, no influence. The calendar was set by the festivals to the sun and moon. The social events were pagan. The stories were of the pagan gods. The question facing Israel was, how do we sing the Lord's song in Babylon? Or put another way, how do we continue to be God's people in exile? The answer that they needed to know was that the Lord was still Lord even in Babylon as in Jerusalem. God was God, even in exile. We need to grasp this ourselves. There is not a place where you will go this week that God is not present with you. The Lord was not just Lord at church yesterday. He is still Lord Monday to Saturday. As he was with you at church, he will be with you at work, in the office, on the underground, in your car, in the shops, at your relatives, in the park, everywhere. There's not a single place that God is not present enough to be worshipped. You might not sing out loud with songs in some of those settings, but you can worship through what you say, what you do, your attitude towards others, as well as the silent songs and prayers in your heart. Everything we do to the glory of God is an act of worship. How can we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? By knowing that the Lord is with you, even in exile, even in whatever seems to you like Babylon. Until next time, have a blessed day.